What's up, everybody? It's your boy Banky101 coming at you today on Random Game Thursday. And what do we have here today? It's called Moral Machine. So, this is a game developed by MIT. It says, "Welcome to Moral Machine, a platform for gathering a human perspective on moral decisions made by machine intelligence, such as self-driving cars." So basically what this does is put you through scenarios of what they have to do for AI intelligence. So this is standard stuff that they are looking at, and it's probably MIT doing data gathering as people play this game to figure out what are they going to do with cars. How are they going to deal with different situations? Like what's the moral standards? So they show you moral dilemmas where a driving car must choose the lesser of two evils, such as killing 2 passengers or 5 pedestrians. As the outside observer, you get to judge which outcome you would think is more acceptable. You can then see how your responses compare with other people. If you're feeling creative, you can design your own scenario and choose others to browse in, and we're not going to do that. So we're just going to start judging. Alright, what should the self-driving car do? Show description. In this case, the self-driving car with sudden brake failure would continue ahead and drive through a pedestrian crossing ahead. This will result in 1 dead girl. Okay. In this case, the self-driving car with sudden brake failure will swerve and drive through a pedestrian crossing in the other lane, and this will result in a dead boy. Okay. So the scenario here is you're either going to end up with a dead girl or a dead boy. And I don't know how AI is going to know if there's even pedestrians. Well, they'll know that there's pedestrians in the crosswalk, but I don't think it's going to be able to determine sex. But in this scenario, they're going to determine sex. Who should die, a male or female? This contemplates. Women can birth more life to the world. Men, I mean, it takes 2 to tango, but I don't know. This is a coin flip. I'm going to say, just because I have 2 boys already, that it should kill the girl. Oh, so you got to click on the card. Alright, here we go. It didn't give me any, what most people do. Alright, maybe at the end it will. In this case, the self-driving car with sudden brake failure will swerve and drive through a pedestrian crossing in the other lane. This will result in a dead female doctor and a dead female athlete. Note that the affected pedestrians are abiding by the law by crossing on the green signal. Okay. Alright, so we have brake failure, and it will continue ahead and crash into the concrete barrier. This will result in 1 dead female executive, 1 large man, and 1 criminal. Okay, so it's either kill these 2 people in the crosswalk or go into a barrier that's going to kill 3 people. And I think that they put in the fact that it's an executive or like a large man and a criminal, so you start to try and give a weight to a human life as far as like if it makes a difference that they're an executive or if they were a bum or something like that, which I think a life is a life. So in this scenario, I would say kill 2 people versus killing 3 people. In this case, the self-driving car with sudden brake failure will swerve and crash into a concrete barrier, which will result in 3 dead men, 1 girl, and 1 boy. I don't get it. 3 men, 1 girl, 1 boy. I think, well, it's showing 3. Oh, okay, in the car. Ha ha ha. Alright, so there's what? 5 lives. Let's see scenario 2. In this scenario, it'll drive through the pedestrians, killing 3 elderly men, 1 elderly woman, and 1 man. Alright, so in this scenario, they're putting weight on age. Okay, do you kill, because it's 5 for 5. So if you're saying every life is worth the same, in this scenario, 5 people are going to die. It's either going to be the pedestrians or the people in the vehicle. And if you're going to put weight on life, in this scenario, I would say they should kill the pedestrians because they're older. I mean, in the picture, they're walking with canes, and there's only one younger gentleman. Whereas in this other picture, it's 3 younger men, a younger boy and a younger girl. And who knows, these younger kids could be the people that are going to cure cancer in the future or something like that. So I think that we should definitely go with killing the older people. Oh, this is an interesting one. In this case, the brakes go out, you continue ahead, and you kill 1 female executive. And in this scenario, it swerves, hits the barrier, and kills the 1 woman in the car. Alright, so now they're putting weight on your job, which there is no weight on a job. I personally think that whether you're an executive or a normal person or the person flipping burgers or whatever you're doing, your life should be valued the same. It's valued the same, right? My personal opinion. So since they're trying to put weight, let's kill the executive. All right. What should the self-driving car do? All right. So then this results in the car swerves, hits a barrier, results in 1 dead man, 1 dead boy. The dad and the son. In this case, it hits the pedestrians. 1 elderly man and 1 regular man. Note that the affected pedestrians are flouting the law by crossing on the red signal. Well, that's even worse. Alright, so the people in the pedestrian aren't following the law and crossing on a green light, and they're older. I doubt that AI is going to determine age ever, unless we all have like chips in us that tell that information to all the computers that are going to be all over the place. If that was the case, I would always choose the younger one. I mean, even when you look, I mean, that's just the gentleman thing to do, or I think that's the right thing to do. When there's a crisis, it's always women and children first, men last. And since there is a child in this mix, and it's 2 lives versus 2 lives, one's an elderly man and one's a normal aged man, and the normal aged man is in both scenarios, so he's an ixnay. So it's either the young man or the older man, and I would say the older man should die. Ooh, now we're getting families in the mix here. Alright, first scenario. In this case, the self-driving car with sudden brake failure will swerve and drive through the pedestrian crossing in the other lane. This will result in 1 dead male doctor, 2 boys, 1 elderly woman, and a baby. Oh, wow. In this case, the self-driving car with sudden brake failure will continue ahead and crash into the concrete barrier, resulting in 1 dead male doctor. I think this scenario is pretty darn easy. There's 5 versus 1, and there's a male doctor in both scenarios. So they cross each other out, right? So then you're still left with 2 boys, an elderly woman, and a baby. So obviously the male doctor has just got to die. Huh. Okay, so this is getting a little trickier. Alright, so it swerves and drives through the pedestrian crossing in the other lane. This will result in 2 dead female athletes. Note, the affected pedestrians are flirting the law by crossing on the red signal. Okay. This one. Same thing, except they're two regular women. They're trying to make a distinguish between athletes and regular people. So, and also to note that these two regular pedestrians are abiding by the law. Okay, so as I've kept saying, a life is a life, and so then if a life is a life, that's the only, then it doesn't matter whether they're the athlete or regular. So the difference here is there's two people that are not abiding by the law, and then there's two people that are abiding by the law. I would say the two people that are not abiding by the law, but it still makes the car swerve to the other lane to drive over these people versus just going straight, as it would be a malfunction. But since we were playing God here and have control, I would say swerve to the other lane and kill the people that are not abiding by the law. Alright, so what do we got here? Brakes go out, goes straight, results in a female dead doctor. Do you go to the other lane and kill the male doctor? Alright, so since in the first scenario we killed the little girl because it made us do the same thing, now it's going to an older one and labeling them doctors, and it's still just a sex thing. Since we killed the girls earlier when it was boy-girl, we'll kill the male doctor now. Oh. Ooh, now we got piles of people. Alright, in this case, a self-driving car with sudden brake failure drives through a bunch of people, which results in one dead female doctor, one dead baby, two dead male doctors, and one elderly woman. Note, they're abiding by the law. Okay. Or swerve to the other lane, kill the female doctor and the baby. This is terrible because I don't even want to think about a baby dying. That is completely terrible. As a parent, you don't even want to think about that. And they're not abiding by the law. So I'm hoping that these pictures are not actual representations, as this baby is just flying across the street on its own and the doctor is... Well, I suppose the doctor has its other hand, so she could be pushing the baby. And they're not. They're going on a red light. So the life is a life. If you cancel out, so there's a female doctor on both, a baby on both, and then there's two doctors and an elderly woman on the other side. So we're going to kill the lesser of the amount of people. Oh, now they're throwing pets in the mix. All right. So, does the car swerve to the other lane and kill an elderly man, one woman, two male athletes, and one man? Or does it keep going straight and kill 4 dogs and 1 cat? All right, so the numbers are the same, but now they want to play off, is a human life worth more, or is a animal life worth more? And then you got the PETA people that are just going to go nuts here, right? I personally think that human life is worth more than animal life when it comes to a scenario of, do we save the people or do we save the animals? We have to save the people and kill the animals. Ooh, this is a one for one. So what is this? Okay. So do you go straight into the barrier and kill the one homeless person that's driving, or do you swerve and kill the woman? Note the affected pedestrian is crossing on a red light. Okay, so let's look at this as if it was AI. If it was AI, it would probably go, hey, there's something in front of me, swerve. And then if it's smart enough to know it's a do not cross, so I can swerve and go straight, by the time it got in front of this person, it would probably be too late and they'd run them over. And here, a human life is worth a human life. It's the same, you know, whether it's male or female. This similar scenarios come up twice already. So we are, I'm gonna go like the logic way of what the AI would do. It would swerve, realize that it's a do not cross, so there should not be people in the crosswalk. It would probably see that there's somebody in there, too late, run them over. So we're gonna swerve. Alright, we're getting down to it. We have 2 more questions left. And I can tell you this one's gonna be easy because we talked about this one prior. So in this case, does it go straight and kill 2 pregnant women, 2 elderly men, and 1 girl? Or does it swerve, kill 4 cats and 1 dog? So even if you were going 1 for 1 here, the 2 pregnant women count as 2 people per person. So that would be 4 people, plus the 2 elderly men, 6, and 1 girl is 7, which overthrows the 4 cats and a dog. But even still, I think even if it was 1 girl and 4 cats and a dog, it should still save the human life versus the animal life. So we're going to kill the cats and dogs. Alright, so this is the last one. It should be a mind bender, right? But we'll see. Alright, so it goes straight ahead. We kill 2 large men, 2 large women. Note that the affected pedestrians are abiding by the law and crossing on a green light. Okay. And in this case, we kill 1 man, 1 female athlete, 1 male athlete, and 1 woman. Alright, so a life is a life. They're trying... I don't know why they're fat shaming here. Like, whether you're a large woman, skinny woman, or whatever, or a large man, skinny man, don't matter. This game is completely fat shaming. The logic should be, my brakes went out, it's a cross, there's probably people there, swerve, and then it ends up hitting this. So I think since it's a life for a life, and it's 4 for 4, they're abiding by the law. Your brakes went out. They need to take the L or the D here. Whatever. So they'll swerve into the barrier and die. Oh, cool. So save more lives, yes. Avoiding, okay. Species preference. Yeah, obviously. Humans. What is that, humans? Is that an actual word? Was humans an actual word? Let's see. Humans. Humans. Humans is a misspelled word for human. Mostly used when a cat complains to its human owner or doing unusual stuff. So that's what cats call us. So anyways, yes, we choose humans. Gender preference. Oh, come on. I split that up 50-50 every other. Protecting passengers. Well, that's scenario-wise. There's sometimes we kill people in the car, or there's sometimes that we kill the pedestrians. Social value preference. There is none. Age preference, definitely. Younger kids. All the way. Upholding the law somewhat matters. And fitness preference, no, that does not. Alright, you guys, so I'm going to put the link for this in the description. If you want to play it, go out there and play it. The Moral Machine. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that for Random Game Thursday. Check the game out for yourself. It's kind of fun to put yourself through that. I wish they would have a little bit more, and obviously they didn't show us what everybody else was choosing either. So check it out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hit me up with those comments. Hit that thumbs up, and like always, I'll catch you guys on the next video.